Hey guys, and welcome back to BKR Travel. Today's video, we're a little bit different, to be honest with you. It's more of a conversation, more of a bit of a chat video where I'm going to be explaining kind of what I've been doing these last couple of months. As you guys know, I've been saying that, there's all these videos coming out. If you watch BKR Sport, my sport live streams, you'd have heard that this is coming out and this is coming out, and it just unfortunately hasn't really come out yet. And I wanted to sit down and kind of talk you through the hurdles that I have to overcome to be able to do this alongside my other channel as well. The hurdles that I have to come internally with myself, and also just in regards to how to be consistent with a completely different style of creating content, right? So this is more of just a sit down, you, me, and explaining a few things. So it's kind of more like you're getting to know me a bit more on what's going on in my brain. But as you guys know, I've been traveling India for 2 months. It's been an absolutely fantastic and overwhelming journey from Delhi to Agra to Jaipur to Udaipur, and I wanted to do more, but unfortunately there's a bit of a situation right now going on between India and Pakistan that kind of told me maybe I should go somewhere else for a little bit and then come back a little bit later on, right? So I actually am in Thailand right now, but you are about to see a bunch of India videos of visiting the Taj Mahal, of visiting an incredible city that is Udaipur that not many people know about / talk about internationally. Maybe domestically in India they talk a lot about Udaipur for sure, but I don't think many people know the beauty of this city. It really, truly was incredible. There's Delhi and Agra and Jaipur, which were a lot more Golden Triangle tourists, bang, 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 honk, honk, auto, boop, 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 boop. That's literally what you hear. That's literally what you hear when you're in those three cities. But the experience is what makes it worthwhile. Like, at the end of the day, the reason why I travel is because I want to put myself into another perspective. I want to put myself into somebody else's shoes and have some form of an understanding for how life is outside of my own little bubble on the Gold Coast in Australia. All right, that's the whole point of traveling, to experience everything the world has to offer in regards to how people operate, not where you're from, where everybody else is pretty similar. Not all the same, obviously, but they have a pretty similar guidelines to how they at least try to operate life when you're in Australia, right? And then it's the same thing with other countries. Everyone has a similar guideline to how they want to achieve life. That doesn't mean that everybody is the same. That doesn't mean that everyone's going to live the same life by any stretch of the imagination. But it's like a cultural guideline in a way. That's kind of my thought process on that. Now, obviously with this channel, I've had BKR Sport, my sporting channel, where I live stream games and I commentate and talk with the live chat, and we have our vlogs and we go to our games and we do what we've done for about 10 years now, right? And the difference between sport and travel is that you're given a structure with BKR Sport, right? You're given pre-game, during game, post-game, done. As simple as that. Like a pre-game, post-game, middle... Wait a second. Pre-game, middle game, post-game, done. So it's very simple to kind of be consistent and to be smooth and to be able to kind of get content out there and live what you want to live and do what you want to do via a structure that isn't actually designed by you. Because if I don't do, say, the Titans game at this time from here to here, then I miss it, right? It's not as simple as, if I don't do that, I can do it another day. No, because everyone's already watched the game, right? It's already been live. So you have to go pre-game, during game, post-game, done. Simple as that. Now compare that to travel, where I've had to adjust myself to understanding that travel is on your own time zone. You literally can do whatever you want, whenever you want. And if you don't do something, sure, you can do it later, but also that really sets in a precedence of laziness. And it sets in a precedence of not being able to be consistent because you're just having so much fun and living in the moment. Also, you want to put this content out on BKR Travel. It's just you get caught too much in the experience. And because you get caught in that experience, there is no structure to editing videos, putting videos up. The filming videos is the easy part. Filming is the super, super damn well easy part, where you're walking around, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're experiencing it. And then those videos start to bank up. They bank up because you don't set aside the time to actually go and do what you need to do. because there is no structure. So I feel like the biggest issue with me and consistency on this channel so far has been learning to overcome the lack of structure. You need to design structure. You need to be the one to create that structure. And if you don't, there's just nothing that's going to happen. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to eventuate the way that you wanted it to be or planned it out to be, because you get too distracted by the amazing world that we currently live in and experiencing everything there is to experience. So I guess that's part number one about why we've been quite a little bit inconsistent. I do want to emphasize, though, that while I was saying that, I have thousands upon thousands of clips from Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, and also Udaipur that are going to be coming out. Right, this video here is kind of like a why I've been inconsistent until this point, and then from this point you're going to see the consistency, because I have learned and I have adjusted and I have taught myself to have that structure. Right, it's taken a bit of a learning curve to be able to get to the point where I can separate a time of my day to put the videos up and edit it and do all that, because look, this is a passion for me. I am still passionate about creating content. This isn't about money, this isn't about fame, this isn't about all that kind of shit, because at the end of the day, that's all very fake in a lot of ways. Like experiences and life is what you're looking for. And I would like to show other people the experiences in life that I experience, because I know that a lot of people have a negative viewpoint on certain countries. I know that a lot of people watching this probably have never thought about going to India and probably don't want to go to India because they hear about these negative stereotypes that denigrates a country's reputation. I'm currently in Thailand. This country is known as a sex tourism country, right? India is known as dirty and overpopulated. And it's like, whilst the things that you hear about these two countries, or just countries in general, are true, it's like there is a vast amount of untrue parts of it too. And even if you want to say, no, it's true, it's not untrue, it's like, firstly, that's your perspective. But also, secondly, you can find what you want to find, and you can find what is unknown. You can find both sides, and both are correct. If you want to think of India as a dirty, overpopulated, creepy country, sure, you can say that, because the stairs are creepy. I just want to put that out there. Look, I don't care if you're offended by that, because if you're offended by that, you're probably part of the problem. But the point of the matter is that sometimes a lot of the stairs are just because you're a foreigner. They've never seen a foreigner before. Other stairs are pretty creepy. So you can find that, right? You can find that. But if you open your mind and open your perspective to the other side, where there is the beautiful Udaipur, I didn't get to go out to Jaisalmer because of the situation currently going on, but there's the desert of Jaisalmer with the camels, and there's the whole far northeast that no one talks about. There's the far south of Kerala, and India is such a massive country where you can find whatever you want to find. Whatever you have in your heart and in your brain, you will find in that country. So it's like, I just really want to put these videos out to show that although there is such a negative reputation, and whilst it is valid in certain parts, for the most part, it's not like that too. So that's why I'm so passionate in creating this content. The money and the notoriety and all that, it's all bullshit. It's more about encouraging you to live out of your comfort zone, and you'll be so grateful and thankful and glad that you took that step within yourself to go to a place you never thought you would go to, and experiencing something that is completely against the stereotype that people label countries with. That is specifically regarding India, because I haven't been to the rest of the world yet to give you that honest thought process, because this is my honest thought process. Alright, this is how I honestly think, and that's what this channel will be. I'm always honest with how I feel. If I don't think a place is good to go to, I will tell you. If I do think a place is good to go to, I will tell you, and you will see that in the upcoming videos. So that is kind of my ultimate goal and passion with this channel, is that I want to encourage you to think outside of the box, and don't just listen to the media for starters, but also don't just listen to, people on Instagram who are just commenting saying India smells. You're like, What are you talking about, dude? The longer you're in these countries, the more you recognize that people have an opinion and perspective about things they have absolutely no idea about. And the way these people come to these conclusions, I will assume, is because that person who has never been to a place like India has seen somebody else who hasn't been to a place like India have a perspective and opinion talking about the negative stereotypes, because that's probably based on somebody else's negative stereotypes. It's like a long line of people who have no idea what they're talking about that just want to kind of feel relevant and be a part of that conversation. We're just like, sure, if you want to be a part of the conversation, do that. But if you're actively denigrating another country and another people and humans around the world, then it's just stupidity. It really is. It's just stupid. Yeah, sure, there's going to be people who have had bad instances and bad moments and dangerous situations. You will get that anywhere. You will get that in Australia. You will get that in Nigeria. You will get that in Brazil. You will get that in America, Japan. You will also get that in India. That ultimately is what travel comes down to. So again, through these videos, you're going to see my honest truth, but my passion derives from proving stereotypes wrong, but also alerting you to what stereotypes are correct, because there also are. The second point that I want to make in regards to my inconsistency, right, is sometimes you feel like a bit of a pretender. Sometimes you feel like you're not good enough to do what you want to do, especially when you're putting yourself out there for the public and for people to see what you're doing and to judge you and have their perspectives on you. You know, I moved past that with BKRsport years ago. I couldn't give a shit. I play into it now. But with travel, I feel like it's because there's that mix of the non-structure of overcoming that hurdle. There's also the hurdle of, well, I've been doing this, and I know that I'm good at this. I know I'm good at commentating. I know I'm good at creating hype for this. And although you're passionate about this, are you necessarily good enough for it? And my answer to that I've come to terms with now is, as long as you're passionate about something and you believe in something and you want to speak about it, then do it. Right? Just get out and do it. The amount of people I meet throughout my travels or throughout BK Sport and whatnot that say, I want to create this YouTube channel, but I just didn't. I want to do this YouTube channel, but I didn't. I've got this idea. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe I'll do it next week. And my first response is always, do it. Just do it. So why am I being hypocritical? And not just doing it myself here, you know? But at the end of the day, you do feel like a pretender. Because it's like I'm going into a whole completely different world and talking about things that you're not confident on. You just have to live by the moment and live by the experience to be confident on that. So I guess that's a big hurdle I've had to overcome, is that, do I believe in what I'm trying to push across? Do I believe in my own experiences, and am I confident in myself? And I feel like that's something that a lot of people struggle with in day-to-day life, whether it be just at their, day-to-day work or in general life. I feel like a lot of people doubt themselves, and of course I doubt myself. It's not easy to completely start up a whole new venture. Despite your passion, it's still not that easy. And I feel like a lot of people will understand that. So they're kind of the two biggest reasons so far that you haven't been seeing as much content as I would like to be showing you. You're going to see that from this point onwards, because I have hopefully overcome these hurdles. Like the first hurdle is still a work in progress. The second hurdle is something that will just come with time. Confidence comes with time. You build yourself in time. But ultimately, I love travel. I love experiences. I love meeting new people. I've met some incredible people from all across the world. Indians, obviously, to a great Italian friend that I made in Udaipur. I've met plenty of English. I've met Belgium. I've met Danish. I've met, so many people from all across the world, man. Even met a guy from Australia. There's been, no matter what, like, I can keep going through the countries here, but it's like I'd just be going on through about 40 to 50 different countries, probably even more, to be completely honest with you. And what you notice is that, yeah, look, you're going to come across some different people. You're going to come across some different cultures. But at the end of the day, Humans are humans and people are good people. People are inherently good, I believe. I believe that people do have an inherently good nature. Does that mean that everyone's going to be perfect? Nobody is. Does that mean that everyone's going to be on your wavelength? No. There are going to be people who don't fit your style and don't fit the way you operate. But inherently, the intention is there. Inherently, this world's intention is pure, in my personal opinion. And this is just from the start of my travels. I want to continue to go around the world, man. You know, I'm about to do a 2-month fitness class here, fitness retreat, sorry, is what I should say, in Thailand, in Hua Hin. You know, like, I want to experience everything there is to experience, and I guarantee you the longer that I go around the world, the more you'll realize the media is bullshit, and the more you'll realize everybody has a great intention. Their intention, for the most part, is pure. Maybe not everybody, but I have a more positive outlook than I have a negative outlook. But I appreciate you guys as usual. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. But I'm looking forward to you guys seeing the videos. Go in with an open perspective. Go in with an open mind. Are they going to be perfect videos from the start? Maybe not. But at the end of the day, doing my best. Passionate about what I do. Love what I do. And I'm excited for you guys to see it. Alrighty guys, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment below your thoughts based off of the stereotypical nature that this world goes around in regards to individual circumstances or in regards to entire countries that have either a positive or a negative reputation, and what your experience is with that positive or with that negative reputation, because I guarantee you there'll be some interesting responses. Alright guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya!